Psalm chapter 50 verse 15. Call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver you, and thou shalt glorify me. Prayer releases his glory. Psalm chapter 55 verse 17. Psalm chapter 55 verse 17. Evening and morning and at noon I will pray and cry aloud, you shall hear my voice. You are to pray all the time. Evening, morning, noon. Mean you are to pray all the time. You have to pray in the evening, you have to pray in the morning, you have to pray at noon. God expects to hear your voice all the time. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. Call unto me, I will answer you and show you great and mighty things. So great and mighty things is embedded in prayer. Great and mighty things is embedded in prayer. Daniel chapter 6 verse 10. When Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house and his windows being opened in his chamber toward Jerusalem. He kneeled upon his knees. How many times a day? Morning, evening, and noon. That's what the Bible tells us. A day and prayed and gave thanks unto God, thanks before his God, as he did aforetime. You see the strategy that God gave Daniel. From Daniel, you see, you have to pray in times of trouble. Daniel was very strategic. What was the strategy of Daniel? Where was the decree signed? The decree was signed in Jerusalem. It was signed in the seat of power. Because Jerusalem was where the king dwelled, where the king resided. That was the seat of power. When Daniel wanted to pray, he turned his face towards the seat of power. He turned his face towards where the decree was made. He turned the face to address the powers that be in the realms of the spirit in the seat of power. In other words, he had to tackle the problem from the root. By spiritual legislation, he focused on the seat of power where that decree emanated from. He continued. He knew where to pray. So it's very important that we understand, because there are some people that are praying without having a spiritual understanding, without having a spiritual discernment on how to handle. Are you aware that even the Jews, they face Jerusalem to pray? Are you aware that Muslims, they face the east to pray? Only Christians don't know how to address the root of their prayer. I'm not saying you must face a physical location. In mind, as you pray, you must have a spiritual direction. What they go for is location, but in prayer, what we go for is direction. Which you understand what I'm talking about. Without having that direction and coming with a vague mind, you will keep repeating prayers and you don't get answers. With a vague mind.